Okay, so we have a IGCSE example here of what we can expect. So in the previous videos, we looked at how to draw this line and that line and that line. But what we have to do, and should be able to do later and in the exam, is they're going to give you a grid and they're going to tell you, hey, by shading the unwanted regions, which is very normal, that's usually what they ask, shade the unwanted regions of the grid, draw and label the region R, which satisfies the following three inequalities. So we have to, you can't read there, so I just wrote them here. If you can, good for you, but yeah, just make life easier for all of us. Y is smaller or equal to 2, X is smaller than 3, and then Y is smaller or equal to X plus 4. So we're going to have to draw all these. Now these two are pretty quick and straightforward because they are straight lines, or they're special lines because there's no X or Y value. So let's start with the first one, which is Y is smaller or equal to 2. So for that one, because that's a smaller or equal to sign, it's going to be a solid line, and we just have to find where Y is equal to 2. So that should be here. So I'm going to draw a line right there. Can label it saying Y is smaller or equal to 2. Okay. The next one, so that one's checked, done. The next one is X is smaller than 3, but this is not an equal sign, or it's not included, so it's everything just smaller than 3. So this line has to be a dashed line. So I'm going to find where X is 3, which is there, and I'm going to make a dashed line. So there we go. If I get it right, there we go, nice dashed line. Even with my ruler I'm making, oh well. Anyway, so that's that. So this line is X is smaller than 3. Now while we're busy, let me just see if I have a pencil here. Yep, I do. So just thinking about the first line, we should have shaded it. I was just too quick. So Y is smaller than 2. Y is smaller than 2 everywhere below this. So what I would do is I would actually color everything above, because everywhere above this line, it's, so I can actually go like this. I have a nice pencil. Everywhere here is unwanted, they say, by shading the unwanted area. And if I look at this coordinate, for example, I know the Y value is 3. And I wanted everything that's smaller or equal to 2. So all of this would be shaded. You can use your pen to make the lines. Is that? Maybe I should shade a bit more. There we go. And then for the X line, we're looking for X is smaller than 3. So everywhere on this line would be where the inequality is satisfied. And then everything above 3 will not be. So I don't have to double shade this. I don't have to prove that it's like, it's not a Venn diagram or something like that. So I'm just going to continue shading this side, because everywhere here X is bigger than 3. Don't have to do double shading or anything. I already started shading. Okay, so that's that. And now for the last one, we're going to do the double intercept method. So I would make, if I make X 0, let's start with that. If I make X 0, usually I'll rewrite this just as a normal line. And then I'll say, well, if X is 0, then Y is 4. So I'm going to go and make a dot at Y is 4. And then if I made, if I wanted my X coordinate, then I'd make Y 0. So I'd have 0 is X plus 4. So X would be negative 4. So X would be negative 4 around there. And then I will have to draw a solid line again. So let me just draw the line. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's just keep everything the same color. Do this, and we draw a line, solid line, and this is Y smaller or equal to X plus 4. And now the question is, where should I shade? So because this is in the form where Y is positive, then I'm going to say, well, this inequality is satisfied everywhere where y is smaller than and y is smaller below. So everywhere above the line I'm going to color. So good, I colored everything, but now I have to show the region which is satisfied, and I have to make a nice big R here to show. Oh, this doesn't work so great on paper. So this area right over here is where all these inequalities are satisfied. I can just do a quick test if I wanted to. So let's take the origin. That's very simple. So if I put 0 there, then 0 is smaller than 2. Check. 0 is indeed smaller or equal to 2. So that's definitely being satisfied there. If I put in 0 there, then 0 is smaller than 3. So 0 is indeed smaller than 3. So that one's also kind of checked. And if I put 0 and 0 in there, I'd get 0 is equal to, well, actually not equal, smaller than 0 plus 4 is 4. And is 0 smaller than 4? Yes, indeed it is. So that's a very good test, and I'm seeing, well, all the inequalities are satisfied on the origin, and I kind of then, I know I colored the right areas in there. Cool. In the next one, we're going to do just the opposite. If they were to give you this, and then you have to do, you have to give the inequalities from the like given Cartesian plane.